Hello po sa ating mga 1AIS4, 1AIS5 at 1AIS6. Tsaka po sa 1SEDSOC 3. Ito po ang inyong prelim lecture 3. Bale ito ang laman nito ay yung lesson 5 ng inyong module. So bago tayo mag-start, i-remind ko lang po ulit kayo na magbibigay po ako ng activity tonight. So Monday ito, September 23, mga around 8 p.m. Kasi hindi ko mamimit ang 1AIS4 at saka 1AIS5 kasi Yulo Day bukas. Tapos muli po nating reminder na if ever we will meet, baka after ano na ito after ng ng prelim exam, I will be discussing yung breakdown ng kung paano tayo maggawa ng question kasi there are a lot of inquiries and clarifications, although nung chinek ko naman yung nung chinek ko yung ating mga activities, yung ating mga questions doon, parang fit naman, parang kayo lang ang nalilito ha. So I am apologizing in advance sa 1AS4 and 1AS5 kasi I will be able to meet you after 2 weeks pa. Pero yung 1 said SOC 3 at saka 1 AS6, mamimit ko kayo this coming Thursday. Okay po, so proceed tayo guys. So, technology through the generation. So, Generation Z is the generation after the millennials. So, ito yung mga current generations ngayon. Ang they are also known as centennials. Tapos, ang kanilang defining moment, kumbaga naabutan nilang naghigpit ang United States due to the 9/11 terror attacks before on September 11, 2001. So, basically, naabutan nila na may censoring na sa internet, nagmo-monitor na pag halimbawa you called someone and you mentioned certain keywords na magpe-pertain sa terrorism, ganon. Tapos, Generation Z are basically from 1996 to 2010. So, they are the current uh, fresh graduates or yung college graduates, yung college students, or yung mga current young professionals ngayon. Yun yung parang classification nila. So, based on statistics, they will make up 40% of consumers and 10% of the world by around 2020 or by last 2020. They are basically a part of the workforce and of the consumer force, and 93% of what is being bought right now in any or all first world countries are influenced by them kasi sila yung vocal, sila yung nag-spend ng time para magbigay ng review. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, yung Yelp, yung mga Grab app, ay buhay na buhay gawa sa kanila. Yung mga feedback, tsaka yung term na feedback ay nabuhay due to them. Okay, tapos, they are also the generation where they are very diverse, meaning hindi sila discriminate na kung sino yung katrabaho nila. Halimbawa, I have reservations for people with other ethnicity. Yung mga Gen Z, wala silang ganon. As long as you do your job, walang problema. They are not concerned with where you come from and what you look like. So, they are also known as digital natives kasi in a sense, sila yung kumbaga inabutan nilang meron ng internet tapos nakita nilang nag-evolve yung internet. So, linawin ko lang din yung term na diversity kasi example yun. Halimbawa, ako ay pinanganak nung time ng millennials. I had a prejudice, for example, for a certain ethnicity. Kunwari, for people in the south or people in the north. Sa generation nyo, tanggal yun. Not unless may ginawa sila sa inyo. Tapos, ang concern ng Gen Z, bago bumili ng gamit, hindi sila impulsive buyers. Nag-check muna sila ng mga reviews. Tapos, sine-check din nila yung mga, hindi lang reviews, yung comments, yung ratings bago nila bilhin. Which is why, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube became popular dun sa time ninyo. Kasi, technically, kasama kayo dito eh. Kasi, up until 2010. Eh, karamihan naman sa inyo, mga around 2005, 2006 pinanganak. So, we have here the characteristics and or core values, defining technology product, and media consumption of Gen Z. So, muli po ako magpapaalala pag nakita po ito sa question, tapos kulang po. Kunwari, itong technological product, ang nakalagay sa choices, VR, AR, headset and components. Pero meron pa nano computing, 3D computing, electric and driverless cars, at saka handheld communication devices, at saka smartwatches. Ang sagot ninyo pag nagbigay ako ng question na ganyan, letter D pa din kasi hindi siya kompleto. Kasi pag sinabing defining technological product, kailangan kompleto silang lahat para maging all of the above siya. Or halimbawa, nasa isang line or nasa isang option lang silang lahat para siya maging tama. Pag pinaghiwa-hiwalay, automatic none of the above yun kasi walang hierarchy yan. So, I'm hoping na dun po sa ating quiz 3, may mag-improve na po ang inyong mga ang inyong mga scores kasi syempre baka mamaya wala talagang mag Latin honor nako baka makita ko ang sarili ko sa TCA ha. Suki na po tayo diyan. Sana po iwag na pong maulit. Tapos, how do Gen Z people use their technology? So, they are the first to embrace the smartphone. And 57% are using applications other than texting or calling. And all of the other apps for messaging have emerged during their time. So, ayan. Snapchat, iMessage, Skype, Facebook Messenger, lahat yan. Although, Gen Z, not unless they are very rich, they usually don't use the AI voice recognition or the AI voice tools. And 41% or 4 out of 10 usually use virtual reality or in a weekly or daily basis kasi sila yung nakakaintindi dun sa technology and also they are the ones where yung job description nila is included in that kind of industry or technology. And we also have 74% have tried AR. So basically itong AR nito, ito yung Pokemon Go. So kasi you are not seeing anything dun sa real world but the moment you put your phone and directed to a certain position, may lalabas na characters. Yun po ang, at this time, ayan ang ating, yan ang ating definition muna ng augmented reality. Although, in time, this will improve naman to the point na baka pag nagkaroon tayo ng mga Nerf gear or yung mga isusuot nyo, tas virtually or augmented, you will see everything na iba the moment na magsuot kayo ng device. So, this is coming, although we are unsure kung gaano kadaming decades or gaano kadaming taon pa bago siya may i-release. And only 6 out of 100 Gen Z count doing online stuff or online social media during work hours, although this is basically before pandemic kasi nung nag-pandemic this was basically negated to the point na it's very important to do so. And most of the Gen Zers as well believe that talking to either a voice call, video call, or normal calls is okay during job interviews. So hindi sila naniniwala sa kailangan papuntahin kayo dun sa on-site. And 42% of Gen Z, more than any other generation, say that your social media profile has an effect on how people will see you. So, dito pa lang guys, medyo may na tayo may discrepancy na kasi I feel na, for example, ako, kung sino man po yung mga nakapag-add sa akin, whatever I post in social media is not indicative of who I am kasi I'm doing that basically to be a stress relief on my side, not as a mirror on what I do outside or on the real world, ibang-iba siya. Kaso, we have this discrepancy na agad kasi 4 out of 10 or 42 out of 100 of your generation thinks that whatever you post online is also what you are outside of it. So medyo na siya doon. And what are the important events that happened from 1995 to 2010. Basically, this means that vlogging has existed and has flourished, and everything that you do on your end needs to be done ASAP, which is why social influencers and social media managers and content creators have flourished in these generations, or what you call the netizens and YouTubers as well. Kasi umabot tayo sa point na whatever you do online or whatever you do, if you do something na nag-viral, you see it as a way for you to be relevant, which in fact is your 15 minutes of fame should not be confused with your relevance in the community. Kasi iba yung nag-contribute ka sa minsan kang may naggawa tapos biglang sumikat. Kasi ang concern natin dyan, napagkakitaan po ba yun? If no, then it's a 15 minute of fame lang. Another additional slide for events that happened during Gen Z was that we have rapid technological shifts, meaning ang bilis po ng pacing natin when it comes to uh, the advancement in technologies. For example, before, when you started with your when you were still young, or were you still in elementary, what we are using in mobile phones are text pads, yung may mga pinipindot pa po. Tapos by around 2008 onwards, we converted into touchscreen technology using your fingertips. Kasi it was an advancement from touchscreen wherein you are still using stylus, yung mga bakal or yung mga metal things or metal objects, or yung fiberglass objects na pag pinindot mo, tsaka lang siya mag-i-interact dun sa screen. So, yun yung changes natin. Which is why, on your end as well, you are used to fast-paced lifestyle kasi gawa niyan. Kasi ang bilis nga magpalit ng technology nung time yun na. And your behavioral characteristics, although linawin ko ha, are just to clarify, most of your parents are either Gen Y or millennials, or although madabo kayo magkaroon ng parents sa baby boomers, usually grandparents yung ito. Although ang inyong behavioral statistics ay medyo nag-iba ng konting-konti, parang nag-iba ng konting-konti kasi what was used or what was the norm when we were kids, kung kami Gen Y or millennials when we were kids, is different from what you are experiencing today. So, hindi namin pwedeng i-push sa inyo or i-insist sa inyo yung mga naranasan namin noon kasi ibang-iba yung nararanasan ninyo ngayon. So, if ever you become parents, although ito nga yung parang nagiging napapansin namin sa inyo, you would rather be single than have children. Kasi ang mindset ninyo, kung hindi na ibigay nung parents, nung kayo as parents, kung hindi nyo mabibigay yung naibigay sa inyo nung kayo yung bata, you would rather wait na established na kayo bago kayo magpamilya. Although this is a good sign kasi ang ending natin, you are becoming more educated. Kaso syempre, there are also risks when it comes to late parenting. Kasi mas kayo mas pakiramdam nyo, mas mapapalaki nyo maayos yung mga kung magkakaanak na kayo. Kaso ang concern nga, syempre meron tayong age factor pagdating dyan. Although, syempre, sabi ko kanina, due to advancements in technology, baka ma-overcome nyo din yan. Hindi kagaya nung sa time namin na pag umidad ka ng certain age, medyo 50-50 na yung pag-aasawa kasi mahirap magbuhay ng mga anak na masyado pang bata. Tapos kayo medyo maedad na. Pag sa inyo, parang kaya na itong gawa ng paraan. Although, ang upside nga nito, you feel that you can be better parents than us. Go ahead, wala namang problema. Kasi basta ang lilinawin ko dito ha, hindi pwedeng kung paano kayo pinalaki ng parents nyo, or yung mga parents nyo kung paano sila pinalaki, ay ganun yung magiging treatment nila sa inyo. Kasi iba yung naabutan yung generation eh. Kumbaga hindi kayo more on TV, more on cellphone kayo. So, dun pa lang sa attention span ninyo, bawas na agad. Tapos meron other factors pa. Okay, so our summary. So, please take note of this na lang. Hindi ko na siya i-discuss. Please pause na lang po if ever. Tapos, let me again reiterate na lesson 5 po ito kasi hindi ko mapagsama yung lesson 5 and 6 kasi yung lesson 6 will take 10 or more pages. So, igagawin na lang natin siyang midterm lesson 1. So, thank you po. That will conclude our prelim lecture 3 na ang laman po niya ay lesson 5. So, I'm hoping na sa ating prelim activity 3, mag-improve na po ang inyong scores. Please be wary of how you answer. Wag po tayo magsasagot ng wala kayo sa kondisyon or wala kayo sa proper environment. So, to avoid having to chat me in the middle of the night para magpa-open ng or reconsider ng inyong mga activities kasi I won't do that kasi ang concern ko I am giving you 1 week palugit or 1 week deadline, so you have to be in your best form to be able to do so. So thank you guys, so see you again dun sa ating midterm lesson 1. Thank you.